Hi, everybody, and welcome to EDUC 625. The correct title of our course is Relational Counseling and Sex Therapy. Your faculty recently engaged in some social justice advocacy to have the course name changed from couples counseling to relational counseling so that it was a more accurate reflection of the types of relationships and the variety of relationships that we see as counselors in our work. So a little bit about the course. This particular course has a really heavy emphasis on sex therapy and on sex education. We are going to be infusing some additional resources regarding relational counseling. The course is in a bit of transition. When it was originally developed for the on-campus program, the faculty member who oversaw it was very focused on the ASEC training and ASEC certification for becoming a sex therapist. So that's why this course has a more heavy leaning towards sex therapy than relational counseling. But as I mentioned, I will be infusing some resources and videos and lectures and other things to help have more of a balance in the course room. But for now, do know there is a pretty heavy emphasis on the sex therapy aspects. But hopefully we'll balance that out. That is when I'm adding the materials for the relational counseling, that's not going to change your major deliverables. There may be some additional quiz questions and things that I include on there to capture some of the additional relational counseling materials, but it isn't going to change your big overall deliverables for the course. So what are your big deliverables for this course? The biggest two projects are the book club and the sex education project. We have been very, very attentive to the amount of work in this course because we know a lot of students take this course when they're also taking a fieldwork course. So in that particular case, we are going to try to balance the coursework for you and try to make sure that you're not completely overwhelmed in the process. All right, so the first project is the book club. And with the book club, you're going to be asked to select a book that deals with relational counseling or sex therapy. I have a master book list here that you're welcome to choose from. There are also probably hundreds of other possible books that you could choose. If you have a book that's not on the list that you would like to read, please send me information, or you can even just post it in the discussion when you're doing your selection and we can have a conversation about it there. The big thing is that I really want you to try to push your limits, try to go beyond your comfort zone. Don't choose something you already know about. The whole idea of the book club is to learn about things you don't already know. So try to find something that's unfamiliar to you so that you can expand your counseling toolbox. But you can choose something beyond this. You just need to get it approved. So in the book club, there's a discussion in week 1 that you'll post your selection, and I will give you a heads up if that's good or not. The rest of the book club is broken up into 3 parts. You are going to read a third of your book prior to your module 2 book club, a third before your module 4 book club discussion, and then before the module 6. You will actually need to meet with the members of your group and have conversations about your book. I'm going to assign the groups after I know what everybody's books are, and I'm going to try to create a significant amount of variety within those groups so you can learn about multiple topics while you're doing the discussions. Here's some discussion guidelines for you to review prior to the book club so you can get and have conversations. I also have included questions in each one of the discussions so that it helps you have more in-depth conversation about your book club. The second big project is the sex education project overview. This is based on the ASEC position on sexuality education. There's so many ways you can go with this project. And I really want you to be creative and think outside the box and really don't get stuck into the idea that the only way to do sex education is through a series of classes that you offer people. There's so many other ways to do sex education. And in module 3, I provide you with a ton of examples about sex education. Sex education can be everything from a comic to a flyer, to an Instagram series of posts. I mean, a board game, a video game. There's so many ways to educate people about sex education. So think about what's going to help people learn about a specific topic, a specific area. You also don't want to try to do too much in your sex education project. The most successful sex education projects usually only have 1, 2, maybe 3 things that they're trying to convey. So you really want to pay attention to making it reasonable and accessible. So there's some social justice concerns here too, right? Can people access the sex education, and are you reaching the population that you need to? We'll be consulting on this project throughout the course. So just ask lots of questions, think outside the box, know that you can be creative, and we're going to make it work. So I hope that you can have fun with this project. All right, and here's some information about group member roles and how to help you organize your groups. Let's go back to modules. So actually, let's go to the home page. There we go. So in the modules, you of course got your module 0. Make sure you introduce yourself. In module 1, we're going to be looking at the evolution of sexology and ethics of human relationships. Module 2, sex anatomy and psychosexual stages. In module 3, sex health education. In module 4, sexuality and society and cross-cultural relationships. Sex minorities in module 5, sex therapy in module 6, and treatment of sexual disorders in module 7. These not only align with some of the requirements that we have for K-CREP for you, but they also help us meet the ASAC standards for training and education that you'll need if you ever want to pursue being a sex therapist with ASAC. All right. In the course, I've infused a lot of guest speakers who pre-recorded because they were recorded in previous courses, and I've infused those into our course. I also will be having different live opportunities where you'll be able to come and watch a movie or watch a show, or then come and have a discussion about it. So I'll be posting more information about those in the first week, so that we can have opportunities to come together and talk about the materials that you are learning about in the program. I think the biggest thing to know is that I will be infusing more relational counseling materials as we go through the modules. This course, like I said, is in a bit of a revision right now. I'm not trying to do that to confuse you or overwhelm you, but to just try to find a balance so that we're actually doing both parts of the course, the relational counseling and the sex therapy. There are 2 quizzes, one in module 4 and one in module 7 that cover the units. So module 7 covers 5 through 7 and module 4 covers 1 through 4. So that's just a multiple choice quiz to just kind of make sure you're getting the gist of, what we're studying. All right, so as far as reaching out to me, I usually have office hours Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, and that is in my Zoom room, which is the same as my phone number, which is 312-619-1359. You are welcome to pop in. There is one Wednesday a month where I have to start my office hours at 4:30 instead of 4. I will try to remember to post an announcement about that. In fact, this Wednesday is one of those Wednesdays, but otherwise I try to be there as much as I possibly can. So I look forward to working with all of you. I hope that you enjoy this course. I will say that this course can be triggering for some people because there is a lot of sexual materials and sexual information. And so my advice is to really just take care of yourself and know your own boundaries, but also push yourself a little, challenge yourself to be exposed to and to understand different aspects of relationships and how different relationships work and function, and how we can create safe spaces, not only for people who are in, a couple relationship, but people who are in a variety of different relational configurations, and also increasing our own comfort for talking about sex. And you may be very comfortable with talking about sex, but you may not always know what you don't know. So really explore and really wonder about this material that we're going to be covering in class, so that you can expose yourself to areas so that the first time you hear about things isn't with a client. So you want to really kind of almost desensitize yourself to it so that when clients talk about it, you can create that safe healing space for them. All right, I look forward to talking to you. I'll be touching base every week and I'll be in the course room at least 5 days a week. I am not in the course room on Sundays. That is my family day and I'm going to take that day off. So please plan accordingly. If you need anything, you are welcome to text me. I actually prefer that you text me than using the Canvas messaging, which I have so much trouble with. So either text me at 312-619-1359 or email me at lsstretch@wm.edu. Canvas messaging is definitely not my favorite form of communication. And then you can always drop by my office hours, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's the same as my phone number. All right, have a great term. Look forward to working with you.